Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another comic book review. This time I'm going to take a look at a couple DC books. First up is Batman Black and White number 6, and then we're going to take a look at The Joker's Daughter number 1 one-shot. So first up, let's talk about Batman Black and White. So this is the 6th and final issue of this series. I'm sure they're going to come out with a collection of this here pretty soon, probably before the end of the summer. So here's the cover. We get this really nice picture of Batman and the Joker. Really cool. Here's the back of the cover. Looks very cool. Now this, all in all, is a really good read. I do like most of the stories in here. One is kind of weak, but the others are really good. The first one up is a Robin story, essentially. We've got Batman and Robin. Robin's getting in trouble at school because he's beating up people picking on him. The cops don't really trust him. Hey, it's a little kid. And they end up going after Clayface in this issue. And, I like it because they kind of bring this whole theatrical thing back with Clayface. We got a picture of him here at the theater. And I've forgotten that he was an actor. They really play on that in the Batman animated series. And Dick Grayson being a circus performer in his past, I thought, that's an interesting idea, bringing those two together. I think that would make some really good stories in the future, so I'd really kind of like to see the two of those together. But the artwork in this one is really good. I did enjoy it. It was a good read. It was an interesting idea, and very cool. The next one is a story called Bruce, and it's basically a group of girls who have slept or gone out with Bruce Wayne, essentially, and Bruce, the girl gets up, wakes up, Bruce Wayne's gone, they send a car for her. Well, she ends up going to hook up with her girlfriends, and they're, doing the whole kiss and tell thing, and a couple of them have some stories about Bruce Wayne and what he's done with them, and he always seems to run out, and blah, blah, blah. He's not, what he seems, and the one girl's like, well, it's like when we're together in bed, he's, taking it out on me and his mind somewhere else sort of thing, haha, and she's like, well, I just don't want him to hurt somebody, and so it's kind of an interesting idea of the after effects of what Playboy Bruce Wayne, billionaire, does with these women that he picks up and uses basically physically, mentally, and as a guise. So that was kind of an interesting viewpoint. The next story is hiding in plain sight. It's about some corruption and this guy basically building robots to take over Gotham and replace Batman. And I don't know. It was an interesting idea, just kind of weakly executed, I think. It's the weakest of the stories. It's not bad, but it's not really great. Then we've got the She Lies at Midnight story with Catwoman. I do like this one, both for the story and the artwork. The artwork's very interesting. Essentially, we have some thugs that has beaten Catwoman, crippled her, a la Joker and Batgirl. So Batman goes on a vengeance hunt, and then he runs into this kind of 1940s detective named Slam Bradley, Gotham City's second greatest detective, sometimes lover of Selina Kyle. I like the fact that Catwoman goes after other detectives. She can't have Batman, so she goes after this guy. I've never heard of this guy, so if you guys have heard of him, I'm going to research it. Let me know. Has he been in previous stories? Is his first appearance? He's very 40s shtick-like character. But the other thing I really liked about this was how they portrayed Catwoman in the artwork. I mean, she looks really, really good. The art for her is just really nice. It's very, very attractive. I like the suit. I like the look. They did just, like I said, they just did an absolute great job with it. I'd like to see that artist do some other work with her. And maybe some of the other superhero characters, female characters out there. He's got a knack to pull the look off for those characters. So that was a really good story. And then the final one is Beat the Batman. Essentially, we got this guy that's trying to impress this dame. He keeps getting involved with crime because she's into money and things, and he keeps getting arrested and going to jail, and every time he gets out, to impress her, he's got to do something worse, and Batman keeps beating him up and putting him back in jail. He eventually gets hooked up in the Joker's group. Batman comes after him, and he realizes, hey, I can't go back to jail anymore, I just can't do this. So he ends up killing himself, and Batman reading the suicide note. Very, very dark, which kind of apropos it being Batman Black and White. Very dark way to end the series. I really did like that. It was a pretty interesting story. Not the strongest of the stories, but definitely one of the biggest punches at the end. So there is that. The other book is The Joker's Daughter. This is a one-shot. I don't really know that much about the character. I'm going to have to go back. She's been around here for a few months now, and she's gotten the mask. The Joker he went to the doll maker, I guess, and had his face ripped off and sewn back on to kind of make him look creepy. It just was, I don't know, wasn't my kind of thing. But yeah, so this chick thinks she is the daughter of the Joker. She's not really. She's kind of a lunatic. She's carved "ha ha ha" across her stomach, wearing a Daddy's Girl shirt. She wants to find the Joker. She thinks the Joker's alive. So she's going to make the Batman think that Joker set this plot up so he would take her to the Joker and all this kind of stuff. They end up capturing her. She is kind of a lunatic. She gets into I think Arkham here, and goes after this guy and really just flat out slaughters this dude. And so we start to see her becoming a maniacal villain in this. And I mean, she almost cuts the guy in half, which is kind of interesting. And she's just like, daddy, daddy, daddy. And they're like, you sure you want to be his little girl? Sounds like you want to be something, because she's like, I want him in me, and this and that and the other. I mean, she's really, really twisted and messed up. She is a compulsive liar. She really doesn't know who she is, and she's just looking for something. She goes back to the doll maker, and she has him permanently attach the mask to her, which I don't know. I'm not too big on the whole mask thing. They pump the Joker's blood into her, and then of course she's at the end, maybe daddy would kill me, blah 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 blah. She's kind of talking to herself, and then at the end, her little cat, this little kitten shows up with a little note from supposedly the Joker. So yeah, she's kind of out there and twisted. I like that. I like the story idea. I like the character. She's nuts. She's twisted. It's an interesting read. It's something very different than we've had in a while. I do like that. I still don't know about the mask face thing. Maybe she had purple hair or something. I don't know. The red hair. Maybe that's what's doing it for me, or not doing it for me. I don't know. There's just something about that. Her look is off, and I don't know why. But definitely a good read if you like something twisted and different. I would highly recommend picking that up. And then, of course, Batman Black and White #6. Finish out your collection. This is probably one of the better of the books since the beginning of the series. Of course, I'm sure we'll see a collection here pretty soon. So there we are. Batman Black and White #6, the final issue, and The Joker's Daughter one-shot. Thanks for watching, guys, and look for more videos in the future.